A couple weeks ago, we were given the opportunity to visit Cronulla Beach and evaluate the sustainability and coastal management practices along the beach. Before visiting Cronulla, it was necessary to gather secondary data in order to find a little bit more about the place. Some sources I used for secondary data included my school textbook and websites such as SSEC. At Cronulla, I was able to collect primary data and obtain a better understanding of coastal management. At the beach, I drew transects, sketches, and cross-sections, as well as taking photos of different natural processes and protection methods used along the coast. Natural processes that occur along the beaches of North Cronulla that should be considered when talking about coastal management include erosion, longshore drift, deposition, and transportation. Human activity that occurs along the beaches of Cronulla need to be considered when managing the coastline. At North Cronulla, everything natural has been built upon. There are no foredunes or back dunes. There is plenty of high-density buildings approximately 20 to 100 meters away from the coastline. Conflict arises over ways in which different groups decide to use the beach. The conflict arises between surfers, tourists, locals, councils, and business owners. Different groups want to use the beach for different things. Either way, they are still damaging the beach. It just depends on how major the damage is and how well it is going to be sustained. Coastal management strategies used along the coast include the CB's wall, rip-rap rocks and sea wall, distribution of rubbish bins, sand stabilization, and dune restriction. The CB's wall is not environmentally friendly, but it protects the expensive houses. It was designed to absorb energy from the waves and trap the sand. The rip-rap rocks and sea wall were the strongest form of protection at the southern end of the beach, because there were no foredunes and back dunes left to protect the houses. Sand stabilization and dune restriction was a much softer, environmental, and sustainable approach compared to other methods. This protection method meant that the dunes were fenced off, giving the vegetation a better chance of survival, which in turn will help keep the dunes in place. Beach nourishment should be taken into consideration when talking about future management strategies. With this strategy, no homes or businesses will be lost. For example, beach nourishment means that the sand would be deposited onto the beach, increasing the distance between the coast and human development. This means that there will be more beach and not disturb the natural processes at the same time. There are many things that can be done to address the problems existing from North Cronulla to Wanda Beach. Some of these include limiting development at North Cronulla, greater plant regeneration effort, continued dune restoration and protection program, education programs to protect the coast, protect all dunes at Wanda, encourage diversity of plants at Wanda, and discourage buildings on dunes.